Good morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to join the live tonight or not, and so I wanted to go on ahead and record this little video this morning. I just want to jump right in. Observations. What did you notice about my nonverbal communication is the first one from Carlos. And as I thought about it and processed it, I just wanted to share that I really thought that you communicated through abstractions. And I really thought that it was just kind of your everyday reality. You're like, okay, here we go again. So your feelings were expressed. You smiled, your eyebrows were raised, you sat there in a calm manner. And this really is your everyday reality. And then how did watching the video without sound affect perception of the interaction? So I did that first, and I personally just relied on senses, my personal senses. There was no judgment. I could smell the cigarette smoke. I could feel the energy. It was like an intense conversation coming from the woman. Carlos, you were relaxed. The woman had a lot of energy, but again, I could see that your eyebrows raised and you just sat there. You just interacted with her. You were listening. But I did feel like it was just conveyed through that nonverbal communication again of, here we go. This is another day in the professional workforce. What does this say about how much we rely on nonverbal cues in our communication? I personally think we rely on our nonverbal communication skills through every conversation. We rely on our observations. We rely on our feelings and our sensory processing. Nonverbal cues, whether it's our facial expressions, our hand movements, our gestures, the way we hold our arms, or whatever it may be, it just really helps reinforce the basic meaning of the conversation. It influences the conversation. Is it an upbeat conversation, or is it just kind of a sad conversation, or is the person angry or frustrated? It really regulates the conversation and the where it is directed and where it goes. Personal experience with nonverbal communication, and specifically I chose tone of voice. So I chose this because oftentimes I can express irritation or I can express frustration, and I've learned that through that it's okay to pause, it's okay to take a deep breath, and it's okay just to be like, smell the roses, Some steps of improvement that I have used in this is, as I said, slowing down, making sure that the volume and the tone and the pace that I am using matches the emotions that I'm trying to convey. And so if I'm being really fast and I'm not being mindful, I'm not using the pauses, and I'm not choosing clarity, that is when the frustration comes in and things like that. And so this truly has impacted not only my personal life, maybe with my husband or my children, but also can have an impact in my professional setting. So I'll share a little interaction about my family. And so maybe my son is like, Mom, where's Mom? Or my husband's like, where'd your mother go? Or where are you? And it'll be like, what? What? And it will be my example. What do you guys need? As I'm trying to maybe do some studying or reading, or maybe I've just stepped away to use the restroom. And so I have really had to work on that, where it's like, okay, here we go. They're looking for Mom again. Take that deep breath, rephrase my tone, maybe even apologize because of my tone. And so it's an ongoing process. I'm still working on it, if I'm honest. And then through my interactions professionally, I help a friend out, as I think I have shared, that owns a brunch house here in Central Oregon. It is the busiest restaurant in Central Oregon. And I am the front of the house. I do the hosting. I get to greet all of our guests. And I spend about 7 hours on a weekend with people just coming at me. That can be, hey, we're really happy to be here. That can be, what do you mean it's an hour wait? Or it can be, I don't like that table. And so I have to really work on putting forward that positive body language. And it doesn't happen all the time. I sometimes fail, and that's just human nature. My facial expressions, I had to greet them with a smile, even though inside I'm cringing. Just the impact of improvement has been huge. In like one instance where customer comes at me and says, this used to be a tough one. We have 25 guests. What? Used to be kind of like, are you serious? You know? And now it's just like, oh, okay, great. Let me get you wrote down, and I'll get with you as soon as we have something available or as soon as we have something set up. And then doing another improvement that I have added is I will just check in with the guests and say, hey, I know you're still waiting. Thank you so much for your patience. And just that like professional interaction with them just reassures them that they're going to get their table. Things are going to be okay. Greet them with a smile, positive energy, and try not to let the frustrations come out. On another note, it can be also where a guest is grumpy. They're like, we've waited over the 40 minutes today. You told me at this time that my table was going to be ready. And it's, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for waiting. I know everyone's waiting today. It's going to be worth your wait. And just greeting them again with a smile and thanking them and just saying that, you know what? Thank you for you, even though they're grumpy. And that's kind of my take on some nonverbal communication things. This is super helpful. I feel like I've been more in tune with the communication since taking this course. Thanks all. Have a great day.